Hello and welcome back. We just finished deleting the first node from a doubly linked list. Now we're going to check the other three cases. So just to review, we said that there are 5 cases to work with when deleting. One, to check if it is an empty list, that we are deleting from an empty list. We did that. The second case was deleting the first node in a linked list. We just did that also. And now we have the next 3 cases. So the next 3 cases are deleting from the middle, deleting from the end, and checking if an item that we are looking for, the key that we're looking for, is not in the linked list. So we have a linked list, but the item is not a part of it. So since this part in here checked to see if it is the first item, the else for it means it is not the first item. And that is what we are going to start working with right now. So if the item that I'm looking for or the node that I'm looking for is not the first one, I need to traverse, start at the beginning and go all the way to the end while checking for it. And that is exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do a simple traverse. Current.next not equal none. Again, current.next not current equal none, but current.next, because current.next, when this condition in here stop, when the while loop in here stops, it's going to stop at the last node, not after it, but on the last node. And of course, if this happens, so what I want to do with this while loop is keep on going until I stop it myself. So I'm going to say if and current data is equal to the key, then I want to break. That means I start somewhere. If I go back to this example, what I mean in here, I'm looking for the number 20, I'm doing a traverse. So start at the head, and while node or current.next is not equal to none, this is the one with current.next equal to none. So it's going to stop here and it's jumping. But in this while loop, I need to check the data to see if it's equal to my key. For instance, if this is the location that is equal to my key, the data of it is equal to my key, then I want to break the loop here so that the current is going to look at this location or point toward it instead of going with the loop, with the while loop all the way to the end. And the break is going to do that for me. Current next is going to equal, no. By the way, what I'm writing right now is this while loop, if I leave it, it's going to be an endless loop because it's going to look at the same location over and over again. So if this if statement does not work, then I'm going to jump to the next one, which is current equals current.next. That is to make it jump to the next one. So I take this part, if it's not, jump, next one, jump, and so on and so forth. So when this while loop stops, it's going to stop at one of the following cases. The first case is if this break happens, which means I reached my node. So if I'm looking for number 20, the while loop is going to stop here because of the break, because of this break. The second point is it's going to stop at the last node. So my current is going to jump here, 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 stop at the last node because of this condition. Current.next is not equal to none, and that gives me 2 cases. Either this last node has the data that is equal to the key, which means we need to delete the last node, or the last node is not equal to the key. The data of it is not equal to the key, which means you are looking for a number that is not inside of the linked list. For instance, if I look for the number 5, which is not in the linked list right now, as you can see, then I'm going to jump 10, no, 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 then no, and that last no means you're looking for something that is not in here. So let's look at the case where I'm deleting from the middle, which means this if statement happened and it broke the while loop, which means 20, 15, somewhere in the middle. It's not the first because we checked the first node and it's not the last. And how do I check this? Well, simply This one, the last node, has the next of none. So I'm going to check if node.next is not equal to none, and it stopped that loop, it stopped this loop in here, this means it's in the middle. It's not the last one. And that is exactly what I'm going to do in here. I'm going to say if current next. And I can do equal to none, but I'm not going to do that in here. Let's just keep it like this. More beautiful. This means if current.next is not equal to none, while current.next, this here means current.next is not none. It's something. It's not nothing. So if this happens, it means I am not at the last node, and I checked and I'm not at the first node, so I'm somewhere in here in the middle. And what I'm going to do next is a simple delete. Now, before I continue, just a quick review. If I want to delete this, what I want to do is say this node dot next dot previous equals this node dot previous, and this node dot previous dot next equals this node dot next, so that it goes like this. And it's exactly what I'm going to do in here. So current dot previous dot next is going to equal current dot next, and then I'm going to go the other way around and say current dot next dot previous equals current dot previous, and then I'm going to delete the previous of this node and the next of it. So current dot next equals 1, and current dot previous equals none. This day I still write null because of muscle memory, because a lot of the programming languages that we have worked with before uses null instead of none, so that's a normal thing. Now look, this if, this else is for empty. This says it's not empty, this says it is. It is not empty, this is for the first node, the else is for not the first node. Since we are here, which means it's not empty, it is not the first node, and we just check for the middle. So what is left? It's not the first, it's not in the middle, so what's left is the end, or the last node. So this if statement in here is checking if I'm in the middle. Well, else to it means no, you're not in the middle. And before that we checked it's not in the beginning. This means this else is the last or the end. So not in the beginning, not in the middle, in the end. And as I said earlier, the end has two cases or two scenarios. One of them is you reach the last node and the key is equal to the data. If I'm looking for number 25, then that is the scenario that I'm talking about. The other case is I reached the last node and I did not find the key. For instance, I'm looking for number 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I didn't find the number, so I'm looking for something that is not in the linked list. I'm going to program those two scenarios right now. I'm going to start with what if we find it be the last node so that we can delete it. Again, simple if statement. Current data is equal to the key. It means we are at the last node and the key is the same as our data, and which means delete the last node. So again, delete the last node. What you will need to do if I want to delete this is make current dot previous equal to none. Before that, current dot previous dot next equal to none, and current dot previous equals none. So look, current, let's say that current is here. So current dot previous dot next equals none, and then current dot previous equals none. And this means that we have deleted it. Again, what I'm going to do is current dot previous dot next is equal to none, and then current previous is equal 1. Okay, so look, are you full or empty? I'm full. Okay, then come here. Are you the first one? Yes. Are you the first one? No. Are you the middle one? Are you the last one? Are you the last one with the key in you? You have that key. You are the last one and you should be deleted. Or are you the last one but we did not find the key, which means you're looking for a number that is not in the linked list. So this if has another else. This else in here means that what you are looking for, I have started at the beginning and went all the way to the end, but did not find your number. You did not find the key. So in here, I should do a print and say, let's do 2 just to organize our screen and say print you or the number you entered. I think it's better. You entered is not in the linked list. So we're telling our user that the number that they entered is not in the linked list. And we're going to run. By the way, that's it. We finished everything. Because if you look here, that is the else that we wrote at the beginning. And so what we are doing here is saying, are you empty? Yes. Sorry, no. And this is the yes. Are you the first one? Yes. This is the no. Are you in the middle? Yes. This is the no, which means it's the last one. Are you the last one and you have the key? Or are you the last one and we did not find the key in all the nodes? Okay, now let's run. Now to run that, after we, by the way, if we go back here for a second, you're going to see that we have the numbers from 1 to 5, which we inserted earlier. And what I'm going to do right now is delete the first one. Let's delete, so L, but delete number 1. And then I'm going to copy and paste this to print so that I can check that it's working. Let's hope that there are no errors. Okay, so we need another print in here, just a normal print. This is to make it better aesthetically. So you can see that I deleted number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Let's check by deleting something in the middle, number 3. Run. Okay, so we have this is a capital C, so it's a different one. This is my mistake. Sorry. Capital Python is, of course, you know that Python is case sensitive. So the capital C means something else, and it said I don't have a variable called current with a capital C. If we run this again, hopefully it's going to work. And it is, as you can see that in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I deleted 3. 1, 2, 4, 5. Let's delete number 5, which is the last one. Again, run. And I'm going to see that it is deleted. What if we input 0? Which means something is not inside of our linked list. And it says number you entered is not in the linked list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It did not delete anything. Finally, I'm going to comment this so that my linked list is empty. See if it tells me that it's an empty linked list. Okay, so let's check. Oh, so again, with the capital, this is a habit when I'm writing on the keyboard. I would use the shift with the first letters of the first words, small p on it, and it's working. You are deleting from an empty linked list. So the idea in here, I'm going to do this again. As you can see, you're running from empty linked list. By the way, this syntax error in here is because I'm pressing enter to get the results to go up so that you can see them. I don't know why it's going this slow, but it's not a problem. Anyway, we have covered deleting from the beginning, middle, the end, while checking if the number is in the linked list and if we are deleting from an empty linked list. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm going to see you soon.